Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this session where we will be discussing how do you get these NGO jobs working in international organization and also working in the UN. Welcome everyone. I've seen so many people already in the chat, some from Lebanon, some from Nigeria, some from Zambia, Zimbabwe, Kenya. I want to say all of you, you are very much welcome to this session. Thank you for sacrificing your time and being deliberate and showing up, being committed and showing up for this session. It's going to blow your mind. Now, I am guessing for a lot of you, this is probably not your first webinar or seminar or training to attend. The first thing I want to mention is that if you have failed to earn more money in the past, it is not your fault. There is a lot of information out there and it can be confusing. Many a times that information overload is what keeps you from success. If you have ever been concerned in the past that you just can't succeed in employment, I want to put those fears to rest. You just need the right person to explain it to you. And that is what I am here for, to explain it to you, right? The society, on the other hand, has perpetuated the message that you need to be an entrepreneur for you to be successful. However, that is not true. As a matter of fact, most people are better off as employees. They are more satisfied and have higher productivity. The big corporations, on the other hand, the education system and the government want you to think that you need some fancy college degree for you to be successful. I am here to tell you that they are wrong. They have their own reasons for wanting you to think that, but it is not true. If you have ever thought that the government, the education system wants you to fail, you're probably right. They don't benefit from you succeeding. They want to keep you in debt and in need. The difference with us is that we actually care about you, about your success, and truly wants to see you living the life of your dreams. So that is why we are here. I know you have that dream job, which will give you the highest satisfaction and will utilize your full potential. And I want to show you how to make that happen during this training. So the question is, are you ready? If you're ready, go in the chat and say, yes, I am ready. Thank you very much. I can see more and more people joining us. So I'll pause here just to say Beatrice Wambogo from Kenya, Karibu Sana, Felix in Ghana, you're very much welcome. There is Elinor from Lebanon, Hono from Cameroon, John in Haiti. Oh, I can see we're going all across. So the question I'm asking, are you ready to get started? Is this exciting enough? Are you thankful that you were able to show up here? If so, say yes in the chat. You're ready. Drop that in the chat. I can see yes from Abanon. John, yes, I'm ready. Hono, I'm ready. Favor is ready. Odongo is ready. All these people are ready. Thank you very much for being ready. And so I am here to make that happen for you. Are we clear? I'm so grateful to see that we are here. Let me move on and say this, yeah? I want you to imagine this. Close your eyes and imagine this, that you attend an interview. And once you attend that interview, the hiring manager tells you the three magic words that everybody wants to hear is you have been hired. You start working in that organization and your pay slip looks like this. Now, this is, you can turn it in US dollars, but I'm in Kenya. I just used Kenya shillings, but convert it to US dollars. Your basic salary being 180,000, your house allowance 50,000, medical allowance 25,000, and commuting allowance about 15,000. All this totaling up to 270,000. How would you feel if that was your salary? Yeah. So I want to start by jogging your mind and asking you a question. And I'll also mention that this is going to be a very interactive session. I want you to use the chat a lot. Let me know in the chat, what does a six-figure salary mean to you? You know, I have asked this question to so many people and I get a wide array of answers. Some is about financial freedom. Some it's about being able to build maybe their dream house or go for a vacation and all that. So my question to you is, what does a six-figure salary mean to you? in a word or in a phrase. I want you to drop it in the chat. I want us to be clear. Why is it that we are going after this 6-figure salary? Easter, I can see from Sierra Leone. Thank you. Mark, Steve, you're already here in Kenya. I can see NCR channel all the way in Nepal. So my question to you is, what does a 6-figure salary mean to you? Purity, is it, how about, I think I need to live my life in my way. Yes, with a 6-figure salary, you are able to live life your way. No doubt about that. Yeah, let me see a little bit more. A comfortable life, that is Glenn Fredericks. Yes, you get a comfortable life. Called somebody, yeah, saying financial freedom and stability. I like that. Sarah Baraka, financial stability. Joshua is about financial stability. Happiness, that is Garati. Oh, they are coming in very quickly. I'm not able to read, but at least you get the point. Yeah, you are not running after nothing when you say, yes, I want to get to this 6-figure salary. This training, as I was planning, I think it is important for me to let you know who this training is for. Number one, a professional who wants to get a job with NGOs and international organization. If that is your dream and you're a professional in a certain field, then you are in the right place. And the second kind of person I really want to help is someone with or without a degree, and they are feeling stuck in their career. If that is you, you're feeling stuck, I am here to unstuck you. In the next 1 hour or so, you're just going to be mind blown with what I am going to share with you. Now, my goal for this session, to show you the only way to get a job with NGOs and the UN is by acquiring what I call the Badass Pro skills. And the only place you can acquire these Badass Pro skills is through a program called the Badass Pro. I'll talk more about that later. But for now, let's kick started. For those of you who are seeing me for the very first time, or maybe we have just interacted online, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, let me just introduce myself. My name is Daniel Mutuku. I am the founder of Career Point Solutions. And over the last 10 years, I have been blessed to work in different organizations, but I've also have experience in recruitment as a career coach and also personal and professional development coach. I am also a certified digital marketer by Google. And on top of that, I'm also a member of the League of Young Professionals, also known as LYP. On top of that, I am an author of 4 books. The first one I did publish was Facebook for Profit, how you can easily use Facebook for profit and extra cash even on a part-time basis. The second one was Blueprint for Success, guaranteed steps to achieving anything. I also published these 2 books, and actually the good news, these 2 books are out there for free. You can easily download them. Conquer the year ahead, make the next 12 months your best year ever. I know we are in May, but you can still make the next 12 months the best year ever. And this ultimate cover letter guide with 101 sample cover letters to help you to write any cover letter for any professional, you can be able to download it for free. Before I get started, I like asking these 2 questions because this will lay the foundation to our conversation. And the first question I want to ask you is, will you let me be your coach? If you want me to be your coach, if you want me to be your mentor, if you want me to be your guide, I want you to go to the chat and say, yes, I want you to be my coach. And I'll wait for you to do that. Yeah, thank you very much. I can see Mom Ball saying financial stability, beast of the 2 YT. You are also here. Frida, you're saying you're feeling stuck. I'm here to help you. So my question to you is, will you let me be your coach? And I can see the yeses are coming in. And the second question I want to ask is, will you let me tell you the truth, the hard truth, even if that is not what you want to hear? If the answer is yes for both questions, say yes, yes, or yes times 2, something. I can see Aaron, you're saying yes. Francis, yes. Joshua, Kate, yes. All these people saying yes, yes. Jacinta, yes. I can see Zedu, yes. Ruben, Joanne. Oh, I can't even. Okay, thank you, Mary Peter, for the nice gift. You're saying welcome. Yes, thank you, thank you. So you want me to be your coach, you want me to be your mentor, and you want me to tell you the truth, the hard truth, even if that is not what you want to hear. The yeses are coming in. I am really grateful, because if the answer is no to any of these questions, then we might not be helping each other during this session. And I can see someone with me here on Zoom saying yes, yes. So I might sometimes forget to look at the Zoom chat. I'm mainly focusing on the YouTube, but it is still okay. You are in the right place. So let's get started. And I want to give you my job search story for you to appreciate how you can be able to get there. Back in 2009, I finished my schooling and I started looking for a job. And it was quite challenging, but I was lucky. Within 1 year, I was able to get my first real job in 2010. According to the Bureau of Statistics, it takes about 3 to 5 years for a fresh graduate, someone from college, to be able to secure their first real job. For me, it took me 1 year. It felt like forever. And I really sympathize with those people who stay 2, 3, 5 years without a job. It's not easy. But something interesting happened when I got my first real job. Over the next year, I got over 10 interviews. That is an interview almost every month. But I was not lucky enough to secure any of this job. But then 2011 came this opportunity, and it was like my dream job. I had to seize that moment. At that particular point, I was working in Siaya, that is the western part of the country here in Kenya. And this was an international school in Nairobi, looking for an ICT teacher. And I said, I must get this job. And that is, when I look back, I can say this is where I started coining this phrase, the baddest skill. Yeah, because this is how it works. Yeah, typically, you will apply for as many jobs as possible. If you're lucky, you are invited for an interview. If the interviewers like you, then they give you the job. And it might not be your dream job, but because you were looking for a job and they have this job, so you end up picking the job, right? And it's not your dream job. But with Badass Pro Skills, it works differently, because here, you remember, you have predictable results. Like, you are so sure the kind of results that you are going to get. You apply for a job, these results are very predictable. And it did not only work for me, it also worked for Alexander. Take a look at this email I got from Alexander. He told me, thank you. I attended a career presentation last time. This Monday, I was interviewed for the position of liaison officer, Kenya Airways. And Wednesday this week, I got the job. I am the guy who asked several questions. Yeah. So this guy comes into a presentation, learns the skills, goes for an interview, and secures the job. And it can equally happen to you. So I have two main secrets that I want to share with you this evening. The first secret is how to triumph over qualified and experienced candidates. And the second secret I want to share with you is how to negotiate a 6-figure salary. So I like playing this game. I want you to tell me in the chat, if we did have time for both secrets, which one would you really, really want to know? Is it 1 or is it 2? So go to the chat and type in, is it 1, how to triumph over more qualified and experienced candidates? Of course, you don't need to type the whole thing. Just say number 1 or number 2, how to negotiate a 6-figure salary. I am waiting to see what you have here. Purity, I can see you go with number 1. Okay. How to triumph over more qualified and experienced candidates. Who else here? I know there's a delay between the transmission and YouTube. Oh, now they start coming. I can see someone saying number 1, Francis number 2, Valerie number 2, Joanne number 1, Anthony number 1. Oh, number 1. Number 2, they're coming on. Bogo number 1, Sarah. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. But hey, Frida, Jacinta, Michael, Margaret number 2. Oh, great to see you, Margaret. You're here. Oh, Zainab from Lebanon, you say number 1. Okay, the good thing is that we have time for both secrets. So I can see number 1 is very popular, which is okay. And the other thing is that we will still be able to have time to discuss number 2. So let's start with number 1. How do you triumph over more qualified and experienced candidates? Now, as I told you back, I was working in Siaya. I came for an interview for a job here in Nairobi in an international school. After that interview, I was so sure that I was going to secure that job. And as sure as hell, the next day, I traveled back to where I was staying. I got called, and I remember very well, it was around mid morning, 10, 11-ish a.m. I received a call from this lady, and she's there telling me, I'm happy to inform you. Thank you for coming in for the interview. We have offered you the job. I was so happy. I almost jumped in the middle of the road out of excitement. Like, this is my dream job. But then that afternoon, something a little bit depressing happened, because I received a call from the same number. It was the same lady, but this time around, she had some bad news. And she told me that I'm calling you to inform you that we are withdrawing the job offer that we had offered you. I got confused and I asked, why is that so? And she said the reason why they are withdrawing the job offer is that, yes, I was the best candidate. However, the board rejected my name because I had no experience teaching in an international school. I had no experience taking students through the international exam, that is IGCSE. I said, wait a minute. How come I triumphed over all these candidates who are more qualified than me, more experienced than me, but I ended up being the best interviewee? So here's the thing. When you get into that interviewing room, you have 3 seconds and you must be able to show these 3 things straight off the bat. Number one, you should show them that you are as sharp as a tack, mentally acute, clever, intelligent, and you have your eyes on the ball, mentally alert. This should come straight off the bat as you get into that interviewing room. Number two, you should show them that you are as enthusiastic as hell, showing and having great excitement and interest in that organization, in that role, and that specific job that you are interviewing for. Number three, you should be able to show them that you are an expert, knowledgeable, and you have the skills in that area. These 3 things should come straight off the bat. You get into that interviewing room. Probably you are asking, how do I do this within 3 seconds? I will tell you, this is a learnable skill. And that is the good news. I didn't know about it. I learned it. It worked for me. I've taught to other people and it has worked for them. Take a look at this email I got from Brian. It tells me, dear Daniel, I am grateful for your service and I would like to give you feedback. The CV helped me get 5 interviews, 3 finance assistant position and 2 finance officer job. Lucky enough, I managed to secure the finance job, which I'm starting in January. He got the job using the same skills. Here's another email I got from Mutuku saying, hello, Daniel. Thank you for always sharing how to answer questions in an interview. In the beginning of this year, I secured a job that I have been dreaming to be. She got her dream job to be a registry officer, and now I am one. Thank you and be blessed. Here's another email from a very happy customer, Jen, saying, thank you guys for writing my CV in a professional way. I secured myself a job within few months. I'm happy for the results. My current employer was so pleased by my CV in such a way I cannot explain. I went for 4 interviews and still emerged the best. It can equally happen to you. Probably these are some of the questions you might be having. I received these questions as I asked for your feedback to prepare for this session. One person asked me, how long does it take to get there? I will tell you this is a job market and you are paid for the value that you bring into the market and being valuable as an individual. Unfortunately, you're not paid for being valuable, for the time that it takes for you to be valuable. It will take time for you to be valuable, but you're not paid for the time. You're paid for the value you bring in. Somebody asked me, what about office politics? How do you deal with that? I can assure you, office politics is not going anywhere, but I can teach you how do you use office politics to your advantage. Yeah. Another one asked, how do I convince the management that I am due for promotion? I am due to take up more responsibilities, that I'm the right candidate. That is the wrong question. It is difficult for you to convince people. I actually suggest instead of spending too much time convincing people, I can teach you how to influence the management because influence is a learnable skill. Do I need to quit my job? Sometimes no. Most of the times no. But if you have to, we can look for the key red flags and I can tell you, yes, this case you need. Somebody asked me, is it possible for me? Yes, it is possible for you. It happened for me. It happened to, you have seen, was it Mutuku? There was Jane, there was Alexander. It can equally happen to you. So I want to say this with a lot of conviction that it is possible to triumph over more qualified and experienced candidates. And I want you to repeat that after me. If you're in a place you can say it out loud, go ahead and say, it is possible to triumph over candidates who are more qualified and experienced than you. Yes, it can happen, right? Now, before I go to my second secret, quick question to you. Are you finding value in this session? Are you liking what you're seeing so far? If so, just drop in the chat and say, okay, or say you're getting value, or just say the quickest way, or give me some emojis, some thumbs up. I just want to check up with you to confirm that you are getting value for your time. You are grateful that you are able to come here. Thank you. Is it Pirtin Mabun, hopefully, or MP? Thank you. You're saying you're getting value. I can see Joshua, you're saying yes. Francis, yes. there's Jane, Chipo, there's, okay, good. I'm happy you're getting value. Mother, you're saying, okay, Gayatri, Chipo, okay, Push, okay, good. I can see the fire emojis. Thank you very much. That is Anthony Banda. I can see the Vera. Thank you, 100%. Wiloyetu. Hopefully I pronounced it okay. So let's move on. Yeah, but I'm grateful. I can see people are finding value from this session. Let's move on and say this. Yeah, let's look at how do you negotiate a six-figure salary, because this is where most people really get stuck at this point. And I want to tell you this. As I was doing some research about this part of the presentation, I came across this study that was done by JobVite, and they say that 48% of salary negotiations always result to a higher pay. And I said, whoa, this is good. This is good news. Like 40%, let me explain it. Chances of you getting a salary raise when you try to negotiate is 48%, quite high. But then the next piece of data made me a little bit depressed, that only 14% of employees negotiate salary in their current job. Like most people leave the idea of salary negotiations only when you're going to another job. So I want to do a quick survey here. I want to know from you, have you ever tried to negotiate salary in your current job? Just say yes or no in the chat. Yeah, I want to see which one is the bigger percentage. Because or are you the person who always wait for you to negotiate salary only when you go to the next interview in another company out there? So have you ever tried to negotiate salary in your current job? If so, say yes or no. So I can see my friend here saying no. Pretty. Oh, pretty. Okay, that's a nice way to say it. Okay, Francis, no. Hey, no. Margaret, no. Yeah, I believe I can. Okay. Prince, so far I've seen yes from Prince. I can see yes from Moses. And okay, several yeses, and so many no's. I can see so many no's coming in. And I don't know why. So I want to give you some tips on how you can be very courageous enough to be able to go ahead and negotiate for a higher salary when you, even if it's in your current job, you don't need to wait for an interview to come from outside. Number one, you need to be confident. Anyone who's confident enough to try usually succeeds. I know I've seen some people saying yes, probably they tried and they were not able to be successful. But the bottom line is you cannot be successful unless you try. So confidence is key. It starts with confidence. Then on top of confidence, I want to add and give you 3 tips, which are just going to blow your mind, change the whole concept of you negotiating. Number one, it might sound so simple, then you wonder, is it a tip really? Yes, you need to know the salary that you want before you start negotiating. That's simple. You will be surprised how many people we are in the interviewing room, we are negotiating. I ask them, how much do you want? They say, I want more. I ask them, how much is more? You know, I don't know. You tell me. Right now, you are earning 50,000. I add a shilling on top. Isn't that more? Oh, you understand what I mean? I don't understand what you mean. Be very clear. And again, you're not just pulling figures in thin air, 100,000, 200,000. It should be based on your value. It should be based on your worth. Do you know your worth in this marketplace? Very important question. Once you understand your value, once you understand your worth, then the next thing is, it is your responsibility to make the company realize your value. Don't assume they know. Don't assume they see what you do. Make them realize your value. It shouldn't be a conversation based on, I've been here for the last 10 years. The question should be, what have you done for us over the last 10 years? Are you an asset or are you a liability? And this is where you're bringing on board, talking about what your worthwhile. What is your meaningful contribution in that organization? Like, what do they stand to lose if you are no longer there? So think about how you make it clear. Bring all and any evidence you have to substantiate your value. Don't be conservative. Don't think this is the time for you to blow your own horn. We are brought up in a society where we are a bit shy in terms of being able to blow our own horns. And that This is very important. Use comparables to justify your salary. The question is, do you know how much someone like you should be paid? Someone like you in your industry with experience just like you, how much should they be paid? There are tools that are out there that can help you to find these figures so that when you bring these comparables, you can be able to justify your higher salary. Now, I want you to look at this email. This is an email I got from a gentleman called Julius, and he said, "Greetings this evening. I am writing to appreciate your work. It is barely 2 months after I used your reviewed CV. I'm glad that I have landed 2 jobs. I have taken the one that I preferred and I'm working towards completing my course M&E. Career Point Solutions, you're the best." Now, I want you to hold that thought in your mind. This guy, barely 2 months, gets 2 jobs, picks one and let go the other. Here is another one from Lawrence, a bit long, but I can just go through it very quickly. He says, "Dear Daniel, I am happy to inform you that after you guys reviewed my resume, I received 3 different calls for interviews within a span of 24 hours. Within a span of 1 week, I attended all the interviews, and fortunate enough, I secured all the 3 jobs. This was after a pregnant search for a job for 1 whole year. I only had the difficult task choosing which one to go for, but eventually I opted for one and politely and professionally declined the other 2. Thanks a great deal. Please convey my gratitude to the entire team. Yours sincerely, Lawrence." So I want to ask you a question. Imagine that you get 2-3 job offers and you have to pick one and let go the other. What criteria will you use to decide, I'll take this job and let go the other? I want you to give me in a word or 2 or in a phrase. The question is, how would you decide? Now you've gone to these interviews, you have been given all this job, now you have to pick one and let go the other. How will you decide which one to go for and which one you will let go? I can see Mal, you saying, "I got no idea about it. How do I get an NGO job?" Okay, thank you for the question. Francis, "I am from Liberia. I'm interested to finding a job." Yes, we are getting there. So the question is, how would you decide? What is the criteria that you will use and say, "I'll take up this job and I'll let go the other"? Thank you very much. I can see, is it high? You're saying pay. You will use salary as the key thing. Francis, salary of the various jobs. Pay package, that is honor. Pink, you're saying pay. Mata, counter, benefit that comes. You guys are very sharp and you're straight on the point. Most people make the decision of the job that they will go for based on the amount of salary they pay. How much, what is the package? What do you take or what are you taking home? And guess what? There is nothing wrong with that. A study was done to identify like what is the most important consideration in accepting a new job offer. And they found out 49% of people say it is compensation. And it's okay to make the decision based on the pay. 33% said it's professional development. And as 29% say it's better work-life balance. And we will talk a little bit more about that. Yeah. And I can see Pretty here, you're saying, "I will give the one that will provide me with travel around the world." Okay, so that is your priority. Nice to know. Good. So let's then say this. Yeah. It is possible for you to negotiate a higher salary and get it. Don't shortchange yourself. It is possible for you to negotiate a higher salary and get it. And I want you to repeat that after me. If it is possible, just say it out loud. Just hold it and say, "Yeah, it is possible to negotiate higher salary and get it." Are we together so far? Good, good, good. So probably these are some of the questions that you might be asking. How do I network with the right people? I like this question because from research, they found out that 85% of high-paying jobs are gotten through networking. And so for you to be able to learn how to network and to network with the right people is very important. And I will introduce you to a group of high net worth individuals or people who will be able to assist you in that. Somebody asked me, what matters most? Is it experience or qualification? Now, this is the point where I get a little bit out of shape. Remember when I asked you, you want me to tell you the truth, the hard truth, even if that is not what you want to hear? Here's the truth. None of this is more important than the other. Because this kind of question is an escapist kind of question. And what I figure out when someone is asking what matters most, they don't want to take responsibility. They are looking for a scapegoat. Because if I say the most important thing is experience, then they'll be like, yeah, I'm not getting these jobs because I don't have the experience. When I say it's qualification, yeah, I'm not getting this job because I don't have a degree, I don't have master's. There's none which is more important than the other. The thing that is most important, it is what you have. If you have the experience, use it to your advantage. If you have the qualification, use that to your advantage. And I will say that, stop looking for a scapegoat, take responsibility. How do I balance work life? Yeah, I think it is very important for you to balance work and personal life, because in this day and age with mental health issues, if you're not very deliberate in creating time for you, and especially with these jobs, high paying jobs have, they actually, there's more that is dependent. There's more that is expected from you. So you need to really take care of yourself. Am I too young? Am I too old? Again, this is that kind of question which is all about people who are looking for a scapegoat. I finish a conference, someone comes and tells me, I think I'm not getting this job because I'm too old. Am I too old? The next breath, someone comes in and tells me, I'm not getting this job. I think because I'm too young. So it's none of this. This is not escape. There are jobs that are out there for young people. There are jobs that are out there for people with experience. Decide to call yourself old. You just have experience. So stop looking for a scapegoat. Use what you have to your advantage. You are young, use it to your advantage. You are old, use it to your advantage. I want you to take a look at this email I got from Bilshan. He told me, thanks. I recently landed my first consultancy with Appew Kenya after heeding to your well laid out youth-friendly advice. When I get youth-friendly, he's a gentleman who is older than me, but did he get the results? Yes. Did it matter my age? No. Results is the name of the game. How do I track, measure, and evaluate my progress? It really saddens me when I see someone taking 5, 10, 15 years down the line only to realize that they took the wrong career direction. I'll share with you some tools that you can use to track and evaluate your progress. Yeah. How do I fix myself in the succession plan? Oh, I like this. This is where you use again influence. You can influence yourself through the succession plan. Don't just say, oh, these companies have succession plan, I don't know how to get through. You can use influence. What are the qualities of a person who is worth 6 figures? I like this question because the qualities actually are in this acronym called BADAS, and I will break it down for you shortly. Yeah. Somebody asked me, how do I get started? Thank you for asking how you get started. I'm going to share with you how you get started right away shortly. So are we together? Good. But before I do that, I want to ask this question. If I show you exactly how to get your dream job, do you believe that you can get a job with NGOs and the UN? If you believe, say, yes, I believe in the chat. I'll be here waiting to see that. Do you believe that you can be able to get it? Oh, thank you, Mark Steve. I can see you're saying, yeah, it is possible. I can see Max asking a question. Are you helping people or the UN or other countries as well? Yes, across these skills work across. So the question is, if I show you exactly how to get your dream job, do you believe that you can get a job with NGOs and international organizations? If so, say, yes, I believe. Yes, I believe. Francis, yes, I believe. Anthony, you're saying, I believe. Judy, yes, I believe. Alan, Allah, you say, yes, I believe. Jacinta, thank you. Hono, Kate, Gateri, oh, Uncharted. Oh, yes, yes, I believe. Yes, thank you very much. It starts there. Josephine Mutai, I can see you. I can see, is it Poho? I can see Matilda, Joshua, all this coming in. Yes, it starts by you believing. It starts inside there, because without the belief, it is very difficult for me to do much. I might coach you, but if you don't believe, it's almost zero. Pretty, I can see you have said, yes, you believe, and I'm grateful for that, right? So let's move on and show you then how we go about it. I know most people asking, how do you get these jobs? And this is through this program called the Badass Pro program, yeah? And I want to pause here for a minute and ask for your permission. Actually, I'll pause and ask you, is it okay for me to take about 10 minutes, explain to you about this program called the Badass Pro and how it can help you to get to the next level, to get to these NGO jobs, to get to this the UN and international organization? If you're giving me permission, say yes, permission given, or it's okay, permission granted, anything, just type in the chat. Yeah, I'll wait for you. So I can see pretty, you are already the first one here. Say yes, thank you for the permission. Yes. Okay, this they're still saying yes, I do. Okay, Desmond is saying yeah, permission. Yes, I do. Hopefully, you're giving me permission. So the question is, are you giving me permission to take about 10 minutes, explain to you about this program, the Badass Pro, and how it can help you to get there? And then after that, I can see we're still in good time. I'll be able to answer any question. Permission granted. That is Judy. Thank you very much. It's okay. Glenn can see Josephine Mutai saying go ahead. John, you're giving me permission. Oh no, permission granted. Okay, thank you. Beatrice Wampogo, there is Raki, Ibrahim, Francis, Sikila. Permission granted. So let me not waste much time and get to it. I am very proud when I say personally that I am a Badass Pro. Badass is an acronym which stands for an individual who is bold, audacious, courageous. They will do what needs to be done to finish the job. An individual who is authentic to themselves and to their potential. They know what they are capable of. An individual who is driven. They have that inner drive, that inner motivation. They don't need to be constantly be supervised. They know what they need to do and they will do it. An individual who is aggressive. They go and grab what they believe is theirs. In this stage, nothing will be given to you, leave alone on a silver platter. Yeah. Not only aggressive, but also very assertive. You're clear on what you want. On top of that, this is an individual who is skilled. Remember that question about what matters most? Is it the experience or qualification? I'll tell you none. What really matters is the skills. Do you have the skills? You can get your skills from your qualification. You can get your skills from experience. But the most important thing is having skills. The biggest divide between the successful people in their careers and those who are not successful, it is the skills gap. And finally, an individual who is self-assured. They are confident of themselves. They don't second doubt. They don't doubt themselves. They don't second guess themselves. They are self-assured. And that is a Badass Pro. Now, if you join this Badass Pro program, this is our mantra. This is our motto where we say, I am a Badass Pro. I define my own future. I create my own luck. I am confident, but not cocky. Quiet, but not silent. Competitive and aggressive. I take 100% responsibility. I never give up. That is our mantra. Now, today, if you decide to join the Badass Pro program, this is what you're going to get. Number one, you're going to get 6 weeks of coaching. That is the Badass Pro 6 weeks of coaching, which the value is about 100,000. I'm not saying that is what I'm charging for the program, but that is the value you get from this program. Now, this is how we break down the 6 weeks. The first week, we will go through how to get started and become unstoppable. And the most important thing is to get you into that momentum, and then you become unstoppable. Week 2, we discuss with you. You get to know your worth. Like, how much should you be paid right now? Because once you identify how much you should be paid now, we can then see how do we add value to you. Week 3, we will discuss and coach you on building confidence and competence. These two go hand in hand. The more competent you are, the more confidence you have. The more confidence you have, the more competent you become in your job. I had this quote by Marcus Garvey, who said that in this race of life, without confidence, you are defeated twice. Week 4, we look at how do you master communication, influence, and networking. Remember, the whole job application process is a matter of communication. Networking, again, 85% of these high-paying jobs are gotten through networking. Week number 5, we look at how do you track and evaluate your progress. I give you the tools that will help you not to get yourself off guard 5-10 years down the line to find out that you are in the wrong career path. And week 6, we sit down and discuss with you, like, what do you need to be able to negotiate your salary at your current level with your skills and with the kind of experience that you have. On top of that, you will get one of our professional certifications. So you get 6 weeks of coaching. We drop it as a bonus, a professional certification. We have 4 main certifications. We have project management, project monitoring evaluation, strategic management, fundraising and leadership, strategic management and leadership, fundraising and resource mobilization. Someone is asking, how do I get jobs with NGOs? with this kind of certification, it becomes easy to secure a job because they are constantly looking for people with skills in project management, in project monitoring and evaluation, fundraising and resource mobilization. That is one of the secrets, yeah? So you get one of these courses. Another one, you get the 6 weeks coaching, you get the professional certification, you get professional CV writing. I know most of you do have CVs, and it's good that you have a CV, but the question is, do you have a professional CV? Because what I've seen, most people just have a documentation of where they went to school, where they have worked, and maybe a list of their responsibilities and their referees. But is that really something that is selling you? A professional CV is a document that you use to market yourself. Think about any company. They have a product or a service that they are out there, they want to sell. What do? They will use billboard, newspaper, magazines, you name them, so that they can be able to pass that message. But you and me don't have the luxury of having a billboard about ourselves. So what do? We sell ourselves through a professional CV. And we need to be very clear, what is it that we are selling? We are selling our skills, our qualifications, our capabilities, and our experience to the employer. And how you put it across is very important. According to a very famous study, it is said that it takes about 6 seconds for a hiring manager to decide if they will look through your CV or not. The question is, does your CV pass the 6-second test? I want you to take a look at this CV here. This is one of the most common CV layout I have seen. This is a guy called Daniel, Kenyan, married, date of birth. I can see the ID number for now. Now, I want to give you 6 seconds, maybe to go through this CV and ask yourself at the back of your mind, because this is the question the hiring manager is asking, what can this person do? Actually, this information is very important, but it is not answering the question. It is not giving us what we are looking for as a recruiter. So we give them benefit of doubt. We scroll down. We want to look at their career objectives. Now, I want you to ask yourself, do this career objectives that I'm about to show you, because I've picked them from random CVs, probably even from your CV. Do they resemble what is in your CV? Maybe in tone or in style, or even word for word. I've seen this very much. I am seeking employment with a company where I can professionally and where I can grow professionally and personally. What can this person do? As a matter of fact, this question here is very selfish. You're telling the employer what you want to gain from them rather than what you're bringing on board. I seek challenging opportunities where I can fully use my skills for the success of the organization. Do you know the success criteria for organization? What skills are you talking about? You're very vague. I want to succeed in a stimulus and challenging environment that will provide me with advancement opportunity. Again, being selfish, you are telling the employer what you want to get rather than what you're bringing on board. I see this one also very often. I want to excel in this field with hard work, perseverance, and dedication. Do you notice you can just copy and paste any of this and put it on your CV and it fits? So let me tell you, piece of advice, if you have the career objective section in your CV, go get rid of it. It is not helping you to secure a job. On top of the 6 weeks coaching, you get professional certification, you get professional CV writing, and now we give you sample cover letters. The value is about 2,000. So far, the value you're getting 200,005 in value. So let's try and break it down. What is this cover letter? And why are we giving you sample cover letters? Now, a cover letter is a document that you are using to communicate that you are the perfect fit for the job. Yeah. So if you look at this, is a job description, random job description, yeah, of an accountant. If you're to work in this company, some of your duties would be to review and establish proper accounting systems, support budget and focusing activities, liaising with internal and external auditors. If this is you, you can be able to do this. Then somewhere in your cover letter, you should have a statement that reads like this: I have the ability to review and establish proper accounting systems. In my previous employment at ABC, I was involved in liaising with internal and external auditors, such that when someone reads this statement here, they feel like, yeah, this is the person we are looking for. Now, on top of the 6 weeks coaching, you get one of our professional certification, professional CV writing, sample cover letters. You get also a LinkedIn profile guide. We give you a guide that will help you optimize your profile on LinkedIn, because I can tell you in this day and age, you cannot afford not to be on LinkedIn. This is where the networks are being formed. Unlike your CV, which is your flash disk, maybe in the cloud on your email, a LinkedIn profile is a living CV. It is working for you even when you're asleep. This is where recruiters, headhunters, and hiring managers are spending their time. What are they seeing when they land on your profile? Look at this email here I got from Shillings. He was telling me, hey, Daniel, I would like to thank you for the LinkedIn profile guide service. After your guidance on how to make my LinkedIn account look more professional, I have now been approached by a potential employer and I am due for an interview on Wednesday next week. Needless to say, this gentleman got the job. Here's another post I saw from Rosaline. Okay, I had nothing to do with this, but I asked for permission and she said it's okay. I can use this post to emphasize the point of the importance of LinkedIn. She said in her post, I posted my very first LinkedIn post to market myself for a job. I was not really sure whether I would eventually have a positive outcome from this, but I kept my head up high, got called for interviews almost every day last week, and this yielded me a job. Yes, guys, I have a job now. That is the power of LinkedIn. You cannot go wrong with LinkedIn. And on top of the 6 weeks coaching, we gave you professional certification, professional CV writing, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide. We provide you with interview coaching because we believe in preparing you going for that interview. This is the most important thing. Thinking through what are some of the questions that you can be asked in an interview. 99.99% of interviews you will be asked, tell us about yourself. The question is, do you know how to answer that question? Other question you expect, why should we hire you? What makes you the best candidate? How much should we pay you? Why did you leave your previous job? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Do you know how to go about answering this question? Very important. So generally, this is what you get: 6 weeks of coaching, professional CV writing, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide, interview coaching, and professional certification. All this you get if you decide today to join the Badass Pro program. So my question to you is, are you ready to become a Badass Pro? If you're ready to become a Badass Pro, in the chat, I want you to say, yes, I'm ready, or I'm ready to be a Badass Pro, to be that bold, audacious, courageous individual, someone who's authentic to themselves, that driven individual, an aggressive person, skilled and self-assured. So the question is, are you ready to become a Badass Pro? Drop that in the chat, say, yes, I'm ready. I'm ready to be a Badass Pro, or the quickest thing that you can be able to mention. I can see the Beckley Moy, you're asking how much in South African rand, please. I'm going to share with you shortly. Joshua, you're saying, yes, you're ready. See that Bile, you're saying yes. Oh, Sinobile, or maybe I got it right. Hey, granted. Oh, I can see. Yes, I'm ready. Yes, I'm ready. Yes, I'm ready. Rebecca, I'm a community health worker. How do I get a job? Yes, with the UN, with this kind of skills, you get there. Food recipes for babies, you're saying yes. Gift. Okay, people are ready to become Badass Pros. Yeah, this is good. This is good. This is good. So let me show you how you join us. Now, I had 2 choices when I was thinking about how do I price this program to help you there. So the first choice that I had was to go cheap and to get as many people as possible. And I said, yeah, this looks like a good offer. This, yeah, be cheap, get as many people as possible. And the other possible choice I had was to ask for a slightly higher investment and dedicate more time and effort to guarantee your success. And out of these 2 options, I decided to go with the second option, whereby I will ask you for a slightly higher investment in yourself today. And what this will mean, I will dedicate my time and effort to guarantee your success, such that once you get the program, we will work with you until you are satisfied. So the program itself, the 6 weeks of coaching, professional certification, CV writing, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide, all this will only cost you $24,999. You can pay in 3 installments of $9,999. If you're international, the best thing is just to convert it to US dollars, which will be $249 US dollars, the whole program, or you can pay in 3 installments of $99.99. through PayPal. And I'll share with you a link on how you can be able to do that. Now, here's another thing I want to mention. Absolutely no excuse for you not to take action, because there is a 100% money back guarantee. If you join the program 30 days into the program, you don't get exactly what I've said you will get, let me know. You will get your money back refunded, no question asked. Are we together? So that is the beauty about this program. Now, you there, you have two choices. The first option you have is to do nothing, not to take this leap of faith, which is 100% risk-free. And the other option that you have is to be open-minded. Take up this small investment in yourself today and give it a shot. So out of these two options, doing nothing or being open-minded, my question to you is, what is going to be easier for you? This time around, don't drop it in the chat, just have it at the back of your head. Let me know which is going to be easier for you. A study was done and it found out that it takes about 24 hours. If, let me give you an example, like today, you have had a great time of learning, but if you don't take action on what you have learned in the next 24 hours, chances of you taking action thereafter drops to almost zero. So right now, according to my watch, it is 8:20 here in Kenya. I don't know where you are, it's something. You have 24 hours. By tomorrow, 8:20 p.m., will you have taken action on what I've said? Taking action does not necessarily mean just paying for the program, but think through about your LinkedIn profile. How do you answer a question in an interview? How does your CV look like? How do you present yourself? At least take action on one of the things that I've mentioned. As I finish, I want to say this. There are two types of people in this world. Those who get an opportunity to change their lives. They agree with me on everything that I've shared with you today. They can see actually how it is applicable in their lives. And guess what? They still do nothing. And there are those who take action and define their own futures. Out of these two types of people, those who do nothing and those who take action and define their own future. What type are you? Don't drop it in the chat, just have it at your head. Are we okay? So if you have any question now, I'll be open up to get any question. You can still get in touch with me. My email is daniel@careerpoint.co.ke. If you want more information about the Badass Pro program, you can go to careerpoint.co.ke/Badass. But wait, before 1 minute before we leave, or even we go to the questions, I want to say this. You have an opportunity to get all the 6 weeks coaching and you get all the 4 certifications. Yeah. So you can get all the 4 certifications only if you are able to make that first installment of 9,999. If you're in Kenya, you can use the till number 715732, or if you're international, you can pay through PayPal. I'm just going to drop a link shortly in the chat. And guess what? If you pay now before 9 p.m. within the next 30 minutes or so, guess what? You will join this Badass Pro program and you will also get all these 4 certifications, not one, all the 4 certifications. So the opportunity for you to do that is now. And if you're around, guess what? I will send you a t-shirt. Let me actually stop sharing for a minute here to just show you this. You will also be able to get yourself a t-shirt written, I am a Badass Pro. Yeah, I'm a Badass Pro. And on top of that, I will send you a notebook clearly stating that you are a Badass Pro. This is only for people who decide to take action this evening as I'm here with you live. These are some people who decided to take action just like you on an evening like this. Helen all the way in Kitui. This is Eunice in Bungoma, Scholastica in Kikuyu, Winfred in Kiambu. More people here, Clara in Nairobi West. This is Beatrice in Gigiri. This is Margaret, yes, in Gatondo. We have Francis in Mombasa, and so many other people who actually have joined this program. This is your opportunity. If you're here in Kenya, that is the till number. Go 715732, make that first installment. And if you're international, I am about to give you a link that you can be able to pay through. Let me post it in the chat. So any question you might be having, please drop them in the chat. I am here to answer the questions that you have. So yeah, I've dropped in the chat the first link. That is, if you want to pay through PayPal, you can pay in full or you can pay the first installment. Here we go. And if you have any question, feel free to drop that in the chat. I will be responding to you. So I've already pinned the message where you can pay the first installment live here. Once you pay the payment live, I'm able to sign you up right away and you do that. Nigeria does not have PayPal. Okay, if your country does not have PayPal, the thing is we can be able to make arrangements so that you can be able to pay through Western Union or MoneyGram. But hang on in there, I'll give you details on how you can be able to do that. Is that okay? So if you're in Kenya, use the till number 715732, make that first installment and get all the 4 certification. Now, this is an offer that we have until Sunday midnight, because we have a cohort that we are bringing on board that will be joining us on Monday. But if you pay tomorrow, Saturday or Sunday, you will only get 1 certification. So take advantage of that, right? Now, before I move on, I want to say this, yeah? The best investment you can ever have is to invest in yourself. This is a philosophy I learned from Warren Buffett. And it's actually said that for every dollar, for every shilling you invest in yourself today, you will have 30 shillings, $30 return on investment over time. That is a 3,000% return on investment. Where else will you get such kind of return on investment? And that was even reinforced by Brian Tracy when he taught me about the 10-10 rule. We are brought up in a society where we take 10% of our income and tithe it. We use it to help other people. I put it to you, why not take another 10% of your income and reinvest it in yourself? Because that is where you will get the highest return on investment. Here is an opportunity for you to invest in yourself. If you make the payment, I'll confirm with my team. We will notify you and you will be able to get started right away. Are we together? So I am here. If you're international, you can make the payment through PayPal. There is a link and I'm ready to have a question. Mary Minor, will the program be online? Thank you very much for the questions. Yes, it is online. Now, the courses are 100% online, but the coaching is a hybrid. It's both online and virtual. So what we do, we have our learning platform where we'll create an account for you. You log in, you start learning, and for the coaching, every week we will have a one-on-one coaching session with you. So make sure once you do, there's a way you book for a coaching session, then we have a one-on-one. It might be Zoom. If you're around, we can be able still to meet face-to-face in Nairobi. Thank you very much, Mary, for that question. I'm interested, I'm in Ethiopia. Okay, if you're in Ethiopia, you're in a place there is no PayPal, please hang on. I'm going to give you some of the Zoom details so that we can be able to meet. Now, someone is calling to confirm that I'm here live. It is me, I'm here live. I can't pick it. Please, let's talk later. Yes, I'm here live with you guys. Any other question? How do you get placement for Guys International, or will you review the CV and the coaching? Yes, through the coaching, through the CV, I'll help you even, like, especially like UN. We will take time. They have Inspira. We can be able to create your profile on Inspira, and then we help you with your application through that process. Yeah. So let me say this. Look at this email I got from a lady called Lucy Njogu. She joined the program and she told me, yeah, dear Daniel, I cannot be grateful enough for the Badass Pro training that came with a professionally made CV and sample cover letters. In a span of 2 months, I have managed to get 4 interviews from very reputable international NGOs, such as ILRI, One Acre, among others. With my new CV and cover letter samples that I customized to suit my various jobs, I am now confident to apply for jobs in UN agencies. And honestly, I am hopeful and confident that that is my next employer. For quite a long, I hadn't been receiving interview invitations. It is no longer the case anymore. Thanks a lot, and God bless you for the work and always being ready to help. She just joined the program 2 months. She started doing her applications. The world changed. She started seeing the results. And that is what I want for you, right? How would you feel? Tell me, how would you feel if you are passed on a promotion just because you did not have the right skills? I've seen this happen several times, and we are here to give you the right skills. Remember, we said the difference between the people who are successful and those who are not, it's all about the skills gap. The person next to you, how would you feel if the person next to you gets that big break because they understood networking and you didn't? It's so bad. But on the flip side, how would you feel this time next year? You are debt free. You are living your dream in your dream home. You are planning your next vacation. This will only be possible if you take action tonight, right now. Get all the 4 certification. Let me check in the chat. If you make the payment, just say, yes, I've paid. I'll confirm with my team and we will sign you up and you will be able to get started. If you're in Kenya, go to Lipa na M-Pesa, pay goods and services. The till number is 715732. Make that first installment. I'm told one person has paid, yeah? Okay, if you're doing international, I've already posted the link about in the chat. Thank you. Okay, I can see the bill, how to pay by Western Union. Okay, if you want to pay by Western Union or MoneyGram, hang on in there. I'm about to finish this session. I will pull you in on Zoom. We can have a call now on this. I'm streaming through Zoom. I will give you my details. You only need my name, my phone number, and my location, which is Nairobi, Kenya. I would want to just share my number here on YouTube. Just hang on in there. Nibal. Is that okay? Yes, we'll be able to do that. Pauline, VIP, what time are the coaching? Can we be scheduled for the evening? Yes, the coaching sessions are actually done in the evening. Most of my clients, they want to do the coaching after working hours. So I'm very flexible along the week. Most of the people I know, I've seen one of the persons that we have been in the program with, and we used to have our calls at 6 p.m. Some people even have it as late as 8 p.m. as long also depending with the difference in time zones. So it's going to be off working hours, very flexible, at night, early in the morning, over the weekend. Don't worry about that. Once you can be able to book the schedule anytime. Which question here? Share your mobile phone number. Mary, I'm going to share my number shortly. Yeah. Oh, Kate, it is Catherine Kyoko. Yeah, you're here. Great. What a freedom. Kate, you can confirm that we do our coaching sessions after working hours whenever you're free. Mary Minor, I'm going to share my phone number. Just hang on in there. I'll let you know how. Is that okay? I can see if you have any question, let me know. Mary Minor, will there be certificates? I'm ready to be part of the program. Yes. With this program, each one of them, you get a physical certificate for them. Yes, and they are certified through NITA. That is a good thing. They are recognized. Let me mention this, yeah? I learned from Jim Rohn, one of my mentors, that I should not evaluate something based on how much it costs, but I should evaluate something based on how much it is worth. And I didn't get it at first. I'd say, when you are saying this program is very expensive, you're thinking about the cost. You're not thinking about the worth. What is it worth? It is worth, imagine yourself not taking action and staying where you are. How much is it costing you being in that jobless situation, being in that job that you don't like? That is what it's worth. It is costing you that. So instead of evaluating something based on the cost, ask yourself, how much is it worth? What do you stand to gain once you get into this program? I know you guys have big goals, right? Big goals. Now, I want to challenge you. Let the size of your goal be the same size as the investment that you put in yourself. Because the size of the investment, your goals will be powered by the investment that you do in yourself. So I'm here to challenge you. Let the size of the goal be equal to the size of your investment. This is the time for you to invest in yourself. 4 weeks, 6 weeks of coaching, all these 4 certification, make that first installment. Mary, I want to lock you in. I don't want you to miss all these 4 certification. Go to Lipa na M-Pesa till number 715732. Okay, I'm being told. Okay, I'll get the name. Yeah, I think Perpetua. Yeah, Perpetua has paid the first. Thank you very much. At least have someone on board. By the way, I don't need so many people. I just need around 10 or so, because I take a cohort 6 weeks. I work with you even past the 6 weeks until you're able to secure that job that you want. If you're paying through international, I'll put in the link for PayPal. If you want to pay Western Union, MoneyGram, hang on in there. I'm going to give you my details on how you can be able to pay that. Is that okay? Let me look for, is there any, I think I had seen a question here. Can you talk about getting jobs? Yes, yes. How long per session? Okay, the sessions, again, the 1 week sessions, it's per week, you get your 1 hour coaching. How much do you need to pay? And if you pay in Liberia, if you're in Liberia, the best conversion is to use the US dollars, then convert it to your local currency. That would work. How long, how many months for each program? Now, the program, the months, the courses are open. Yeah, let me say that they are open. It can take, you can take 2 months, you can take 1 month, you can take even 6 months. You will have access to all the courses forever, lifetime. But for the program, it is for 6 weeks. So we will try as much as possible to utilize the first 6 weeks from next week for us to cover the coaching, the one-on-one. Then thereafter, you will have unlimited access to the courses. Are we together, Francis? How flexible are the program? I think I've answered. Very, very flexible. What is the cost in Kenya shillings? That is Caroline Bakoha. The cost in Kenya shillings, the whole program will go to 24,999, or you can be able to pay 3 installments of 9,999. Is that okay? Now, I learned about this E to E ratio, entertainment versus education. And the most successful people spend 95% of their time in education, while the bigger majority spend 95% of their time in entertainment. I want you to be very purposeful with your time. Yeah. You might be asking, where do I get time to do this program? You can do it in the morning, in the evening. Create a morning routine. If you wake up only 10 minutes early and go through this material, if you do 10 minutes per day for a whole year, you will have created over, is it 10 times 365 days? That is of almost 60 hours. And this one will take even less. Use commute time. I know here in Nairobi, we spend about 2 hours per day in traffic. 2 hours times 250 working days. That is 500 hours on traffic. Use that time for your own personal growth and development. Or you can decide to use after working hours or before working hours. Here's an opportunity for you to take action. Join Perpetual. John, okay, I think 2 more people have joined. Pay, make that first installment. If you're in Kenya, it's easy. Go to Lipa na M-Pesa, till number 715732. Make that first installment. If you're international, I'll post the link for you to pay through PayPal. Oh, I need to check my PayPal if there's anyone who has paid. But if you pay, just drop in the chat and let me know that, yeah, you've made a payment. It will be easier that way. So let me check if there is any other question. Are you going to, we taught how to get the job with NGOs. Yeah, that is the thing. That is preparing you how to get those jobs in the platform. We are coaching you. There's the coaching bit, and there's also now the certification, because with this certification, that's how you end up with the jobs. That is how. Don't think job is just about you applying. It is what you're bringing on board. How are you presenting yourself, right? Caroline Makoha, you've gotten it. Okay, thank you. If you want to make the payment right now, it's okay. I'm just checking. Yeah, there's someone who has paid through PayPal. I need to confirm. Okay, let me confirm that in a short while. Let me finish this. I still have some few slides that I want to teach you. I want to train you on something. I think this is the last bit. Then we can go to backstage. I'll give you the Zoom link. You can be able to ask me questions live. I'll give you the details on how to pay on PayPal, on Western Union, or if that is the miss. Now, let me say this. Yeah, that you will never be 100% ready when an opportunity comes. When an opportunity arises, never will you be 100% ready. So what do? You just do it. No time will everything align perfectly, but you just need to take that leap of faith and just do it. If you're there and you're feeling a little bit afraid, Maybe you're not even afraid. You're really afraid. You have that fear. You have that gut feeling like, who should I do this? I want to tell you this. Your largest fear carries your greatest growth. That is a fact. Do you know why you're feeling the fear? It's because you're about to do something that is outside your comfort zone. And because your body looks at it as a threat, it looks as if it is a life and death matter. So you feel the fear. But you know, at a cognitive level, that this is not a life-death situation. So it is that reaction that tells you you're about to do something outside your comfort zone. And growth never takes place in your comfort zone. It takes place when you're outside your comfort zone. This is it. This is how you describe it. Number one, when you're in your comfort zone here, you're feeling safe, you're comfortable, there's low risk and low return. Then you get an opportunity like this, then you are pushed to the fear zone. And what happens in this fear zone? Number one, low self-confidence. You're not sure about yourself. Yeah. Number two, you start looking for excuses. What can I use as an excuse not to join the program? Oh, it's too expensive. Oh, I had not planned myself. Oh, I am not ready. And in the fear zone, you also start being affected by what others think about you. You're affected by others' opinion. What will people say that I went online, I met this guy, I just sent the money? Will they see me as a foolish or just? That is okay. You are in that fear zone. Now, the question is, will you pursue past the fear zone to get to the learning zone where you face new challenges? You learn how to solve problems, you acquire new skills, you extend your comfort zone, because once you extend, you now go to the growth zone. You find your purpose, live your dreams, set new goals, and you conquer your objectives. Now, at the fear zone, will you retreat back to the comfort zone, low risk, low reward, or will you push past the fear zone? I hope for most of you, this is the night that you push beyond the fear zone and get into the learning zone. And that is what will change your life. You will find how to get these jobs with the NGOs, international organization, UN. It all starts by you learning. This is your opportunity. Take the last option, last moment. Then I switch it back to Zoom. I'm going to give you my Zoom. If you have any question, then we can be able to have a one-on-one and we finish up. First 6 weeks of coaching, all the 4 certifications, professional CV writing, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide, interview coaching. Make that first installment. Join the 3 people who have joined us. 3 easy installment. Just pay the first installment, 9,999. Do the till number 715732. Or if you're international, I'll post the link to the PayPal. Just pay 99.99. It's that easy. Okay, by the way, this is the certificate that you'll be able to get. Like this is a sample certificate. Your name is right there saying that you have been certified in monitoring evaluation. This person has been formally, your name, you have been formally evaluated, assessed, demonstrated knowledge and skill to monitor and evaluate project using result-based management, and has been awarded a certificate in project monitor evaluation. I want to ask this. Yeah, when we started, by the way, I asked this. You want me to be your coach? You said yes. You want me to tell the hard truth? Yes. Now, the question is, I want to believe that I have done my job. I have given you the answers. Oh, I can see somebody saying here, fear zone affecting most of us. Alfie, Mwei. Yeah, don't retreat back. Go past the fear zone. Yeah, fear is our challenge. Okay, Morgan, I appreciate that. And it's good actually being vulnerable and saying that out loud. I said I want to be your coach. I want to tell you the truth. I hope I've done a good job doing that. If so, just say in the chat, yes, you have done a good job coaching us. Now, the question is, do you want this to be the end of this coaching session, to be the end of this relationship, me and you guys, or do you want it to be the beginning? Do you want it to be the end, or do you want it to be the beginning? Now, if you want it to be the beginning, then you just need to join this coaching program. And when you join the coaching program, this is just the beginning. But if today you say, I will let it end there, unfortunately, this becomes the end of our conversation. So I just want to know from you, do you want this to be the end or the beginning? Just drop in the chat, end or beginning. You do that. Email Swift code. Okay, I'm going to give you a Swift code shortly, yeah? Oh, thank you. Mosioki Munyao, you're saying, yes, I've done a good job. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And I want to say thank you very much for coming in and being part of this conversation. I know you have enjoyed this. Yeah. So I want to do this. Let me post in the chat. I hope I can get my Zoom details. Then if you have any question, let's meet here in the Zoom call, and I will be able to answer any question you might be having. Is that okay? You want a one-on-one session? We'll do it here. Let me get the Zoom. Where do I get the details? Oh, here they are. I can copy. So Margaret, you want it to be the beginning. I like that. Michelle, you want it to be the beginning. Caroline, I am a bonus pro. Thank you. Hopefully you have joined us. Yeah. If you have made the payment, let me know. Yeah. The beginning. Alfie, you want it to be the beginning. But Baruch, you want it to be the beginning. This is super great. Super great. People want this to be the beginning. So in the chat, I have already posted the code for this meeting, the Zoom meeting. We can switch on to go to the Zoom. So just use the code 85990075, and the passcode is salary. The passcode, just type in the word salary, and then you are able to join us. Yeah. So I think officially I have finished the meeting. I just want to move people. If you have very specific question, if you want us to have that one-on-one conversation, please feel free, join in this Zoom call. And I can see people coming in the Zoom call. Yeah. Click on that link, or you can use the meeting code. Where is it? The meeting code. If you want to join the Paras Pro program, there you go. I know it will take a few minutes to get everybody on board. Okay, thank you. I can see more people are coming in to the Zoom call. Thank you. Thank you. I take a few minutes, then we switch over. So that is the code. Okay, I can see. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Give me a minute. I will just give you the chance to be able now to, we can be able to talk. So the meeting ID, there we go. And the password is the word, just the passcode is salary. And you're in. Thank you very much. If you're on YouTube, you found value. I think we will stop it there. But before I call it a day, I've put in the passcode, the ID, and the passcode and the meeting ID. Join me on Zoom. Then we can have the conversation. I can see Judy, you're here, Mohammed, Sarah, Yusuf, Gare. Oh, Yusuf, hey, guy, thank you. I know we have been communicating. Yes. There we go. There you go. So if you want to use the link, it's easy to use the link, then put in the passcode, or you can just use that. So let me give it a few seconds before I stop streaming live, and then I can be able to, we can be able to talk. So I'll stop the live stream. I think everybody got it. Olivia, you got it? If you can join now on Zoom. Okay, yeah, the numbers are growing. I'll answer questions for the next 10 minutes, and then we can be able to call it a day. So let me come here.